Hi friends, welcome to sobhas tutorial 20. Today let us talk about communication. What is communication? In the simplest sense, communication means the passing of information and understanding from one person to another. Dictionary meaning of communicate is transmit or convey. The origin of the word communication is from the Latin words communis meaning common and communicare meaning to share or participate. Is communication a natural activity? Communication is a natural activity. This is not fully correct. Nobody tells a baby to cry when it is hungry or feels sleepy or feels discomfort in some form or the other. The act of crying is part of the biological development of the baby. At the same time, the verbal part of communication is not a natural function. Unlike the functions performed by the other body parts like hands, feet, or mouth, we know that we have to eat food by picking it up with the help of our hand and feed the food into the mouth by opening the mouth. If you want to reach another place from where you are seated, you have to get up and walk with the help of your legs. Our vocal apparatus would not make words if we were not taught to make them. Neither would our brains know them nor our hands write them without instruction. Communication is a function that we must learn. It was originated by human beings and it must be acquired from human beings. What is communication environment? For the communication to occur, there should be an environment. This is the sensory environment in which we find ourselves throughout every waking moment. It is made up of all the signs existing in the world of reality that surrounds each one of us. It consists of all the signs your senses can detect. It is all that you can see, taste, smell, hear, or feel in that part of the world that surrounds you. Real world means the world which actually exists. It is not the virtual world that is in the minds of people. Now, what are the signs of communication? By signs, we mean everything from the real world that can act as a stimulus. In other words, it is everything that our sensory receptors can detect. It is what our eyes can see, our ears can hear, our nostrils can smell, our tongues can taste, and our flesh can touch. Thus, a sign is a portion of the real world that can create a response within us. What are sensory receptors? Sensory receptors are those body organs that we use to detect the signs in the real world: eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and flesh. What is called sign detection? Our sensory receptors continuously pick up some of the infinite number of signs existing in our communication environment. Or in other words, the signs around us continuously produce responses within us through our receptors. Then, let us discuss about sensory limitations. The number and types of signs that we can detect from the real world are limited by our sensory abilities. We are not capable of detecting all the signs that we know exist in the real world. For example, our eyes can detect only a small part of the total spectrum of wavelength, and the ability to detect within these wavelengths varies from person to person. For example, humans do not have the abilities to see like a hawk, owl, or a cat. Our ears can pick up only a narrow band of the vast range of air vibrations, and people's abilities to pick up sounds within these ranges varies. Dogs and birds can hear much better than us. Likewise, we can smell only the stronger odors around us, while dogs do a much better job of smelling. Now, what is selective perception? Our sensory receptors can select some signs and ignore others. Suppose you are in a room full of talking people. You can tune in on one conversation and ignore others. We are able to focus on 1 minute an object and then expand our view to a much broader picture. Now, varying alertness and perception. What is this? Our detection or non-detection of signs depends on our receptiveness to signs. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. In the next video, we'll discuss more about communication. Bye bye. Take care.